dreaming about taking a huge dump and getting up to piss on the dump, cut the dump in half.
Ladies and gentlemen and wizards, warlocks, witches, and goblins, welcome to another edition of Magic Man. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best cards coming out from the latest set, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. So strap in and enjoy the ride, cause let me tell you something. This is cool stuff for nerds just like you. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for nerds like you, I wouldn't be here right now. So let's enjoy this. And yeah, enough chit chat. Let's get into the cardboard crack, shall we? Slick Sequence, coming in at number 5, is probably one of the best cards you could be playing in, that's right, a storm deck. Deals 2 damage to any target, just like your mom, and if you cast another spell this turn, draw a card. Honestly, it's the gift that keeps on giving, and in any storm deck, it's like Merry Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So, play this, enjoy the results, and you can thank me later. If you disagree with the number 5 spot, or would like to add your own, please do so in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, because you know what? Magic Man's gotta eat too. Okay, moving on now. Alright, coming in at number 4 is Final Showdown. Oh baby, finally a card in white that just does everything I want it to do. Am I right or am I right? For 1 white, you can cast this. But then you can't do anything with it. You gotta pay the spree cost, which for 1 additional mana, you can have all your creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. Well, not really yours, but your opponent's. And then for 1 more mana, you can choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn. And then for 6 mana, that's 3 plus white plus white plus white, destroy all creatures. And you can do this at instant speed. I remember back in the day, I could only destroy creatures if I had the help of Teferi Time Raveler. This is going to give white everything it wants to do. In addition to going wide, which white often does, it can then blow everything up except for that which they want to keep on the board. For paying 7 mana, I know that's a lot for white, but then again, you're doing absolutely everything you could dream possible just in 1 card. It doesn't surprise me this comes in as a mythic rare and as a total fan favorite. Definitely one of my favorites. Pick this up if you're playing white. Make it happen, people. Thank you. Okay, coming in at number 3 is Aven Interrupter, the Bird Rogue. He's got flash, he's got flying, he's got style, he's got grace, he's got Betty Davis in his face, he's flying in the clouds, baby. Listen, when he enters the battlefield, he exiles target's spell. It becomes plotted. And then the spells your opponents cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. It's like the local government and the state government and the federal government. You just keep getting taxed and taxed and taxed. So if you like to piss off your opponent and you like to win games, play this guy. He's going to pair nicely in a collected company deck, especially one that also has birds in it. But you don't necessarily need birds. Just this guy. He's the perfect 3-drop. He's going to really mess up your opponent's strategy, especially if they're trying to do things at instant speed. This guy's going to come in and wreck their dreams, just like the local government, state government, and federal governments have wrecked ours. Coming in at number 2 is it's poop. No, I kid. This is not poop. This is the opposite of poop. This is a fantastic planeswalker known as Jace Reawakened. You can't cast him during your first, second, or third turns of the game, so you kind of have to treat him like a 4-drop, but his +1 says draw a card, then discard a card. Again, storm decks, you're welcome. You got something that can help you filter through your deck and fill up that graveyard with phoenixes or whatever else you need in that grave, or whatever you need in your hand. The other +1 says you may exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. And -6 until end of turn. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Now, I for one really like this in the Storm decks. Like I said, you can Lightning Axe something several times. You could Lightning Bolt something several times. You can take extra turns several times with something like Temporal Trespass. This is the gift that keeps on giving, and it's a threat immediately as soon as it comes down. Granted, it only has 3 loyalty, but your opponents now have to deal with this until they can get rid of it, because if they don't, it can cause a lot of problems in the late game, especially in blue, as we know, has a lot of counter spells and a lot of ways of manipulating time and or space. So, Jace Reawakened is definitely not poop. It is definitely a card to be playing in any blue deck. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the one best card from Outlaws of Thunder Junction is Tiny Bones, the Pickpocket. Yes, you guessed it, folks. The 1-drop for black, 1/1 Death Touch legendary creature skeleton rogue is my first choice. The reason I've chosen Tiny Bones is because when he deals combat damage to a player, you can cast a target non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. There's a lot of creatures that don't want to block this because this guy's got Death Touch. He was born to explode. He was born to win. He was born to satisfy your deck. So if you're playing black, put this guy in there, because you know on turn 1 you're playing Thoughtseize. On turn 2, you're swinging in with this guy. And on turn 3, you're grabbing one of their big threats. Because you know what? Hopefully that threat comes in for 3 mana and you've already Thoughtseized it out of your opponent's hand. And now you're playing it on your side. It is something special because not only is the art fantastic, but the mechanics on this dude just keep giving you what you need. Now they have to deal with this threat. Now they got to block it with something if they want to get rid of it. And normally they got to either throw a bigger creature in front of it or even a mana dork, so that way that slows down their ramp, or whatever they can to take care of this if they don't have a removal spell in hand. The Pickpocket is just the gift that keeps on giving. I know I've said that before, but this guy truly is a pickpocketing thief and a perfect skeleton rogue to have in your deck. If you've enjoyed this video today, please let me know in the comments. If you disagree with this list, let me know also in the comments. We'd love to hear back from you, and we thank you for watching this show today. Have a great festive pre-release weekend, everyone, and we'll catch you next time on Untap, Upkeep, Win.